Welcome to THS Armada 2021. And as I said, this is the Graduateland walkthrough. So that you get comfortable in setting up the booth and then get to know the options in Graduateland and then get to know Armada as such. So let me start by introducing myself. So I am Vedashubham Pandiyan. So I am the head of career fair THS Armada 2021. I'm a master student at KTH. I'm in my final year now. Probably I'll be starting my master thesis the next spring. I'm studying innovation management and product development at KTH, a pretty fun and interactive course. I really love my course. That's one of the reasons I kind of came from India to attend this course. So kind of close to my heart, the course. And I love traveling and hiking. That's something I really like. So the picture here is from last summer, where when I traveled to Abisko, I did the Kungsledge in the King's Trail. It was super fun. I love hiking in Sweden, and I like traveling in general because I think it's a great opportunity to meet people, have conversations, and yeah, that's something I really love. And then I'm a foodie. Yes, I love trying different cuisines. I love trying different restaurants in the city. So yes, I'm a foodie in that case. So this is a short intro about me. So moving on to the buzzword, that is, what is Graduateland? So basically, Graduateland is a virtual career fair platform where companies can have booths to kind of post the company information, look for potential employees, interact with students. It can be either video or chats. You can have video conversations with students. You can post your job ads. You can have breakout room sessions with students. You can give live presentations and many more. So Graduateland is a very easy to use platform in the first place, and it's kind of widely used in Sweden. So that's one of the main reasons why we, THS Armada, chose Graduateland platform for our career fair this year. So it's a very simple and interactive platform. I will be walking you through all the options and how to add employees and all the basic stuff. So yes, so let's dive into the important work now. So event.armada.nu. So this is one of the most important thing I think that you have to remember. So this is the link for our page, event.armada.nu. And this is the link you use to log into our THS Armada 2021 virtual career fair page. And this is how the main page looks like. So once you type in event.armada.nu in Google, it redirects you to this page. So once it redirects you to this page, because you're the employer login, so you go to login and then click on employees login. So once you click on the employees login, you get redirected to the employees login page. This employee login page is where you need to log in to see your company's virtual booth. So each time you want to log in into your virtual booth, so this is the place you kind of have to come and log in. So let me start by saying that, say you're the first company representative to register and create the virtual booth for the first time for your company. And you don't have a Graduateland account. So what you do is then you sign up for the Graduateland account through this link. So you click on this place where sign up, then you sign up. It's pretty simple and straightforward. It's basic questions like from the drop down, you can choose which company you're from, your first name, last name, your email ID, your phone number, and the password. And then you sign up for the platform. So once you sign up for the platform, Graduateland sends you a verification email to your entered email ID. So make sure that check your spams, because sometimes these emails can land up in your spam and you may miss them. So make sure you check your spam mails. So the email is somewhat going to look like this. So it's basically asking you to verify your email. So once you click on confirm my email address, this is the email that comes up. So you just click on confirm my email address, and then you can again come back to event.armada.nu to the employers login page, and then give your email ID and password that you used to sign up, and then you can log in. It's pretty easy, straightforward steps to log in. And once you log in, it says register for THS Armada 2021. So basically you can see 23rd and 24th of November, the career fair days. So you kind of click register here. And once you register here, it takes you to the next page, that is the events homepage. The events homepage consists of details about what THS Armada is. You get to know what are the other companies participating, how many days is left for the fair, and then you can also access our Facebook and LinkedIn pages through the links here. So once you see this page, you just click on register again. And once you click on register, it kind of redirects you again to the setup called how do you want to set up your stall. So there are two options in setting up the stall. One is you can either start from scratch, that is a completely new virtual booth from scratch. And the second one is either you can import contents from the past event. So let me start by explaining the first option, that is start from scratch. Straightforward, you just click on start from scratch and then it moves on. It redirects you to the next page where you get a plain new booth. And then you can start adding in information right from the picture, right from the text, and right from the videos and everything. I'm going to walk you through on each of these options subsequently later. But yeah, so starting from scratch this is how it is done. The next option is you can import content from the past events that you've carried out in Graduateland. So basically in the drop down, you can just click and then it shows up of which past event you want to import from. And then you can just click on that event, and the event and the data from the previous event is easily imported to the THS Armada 2021 stall. This is how it looks when it is imported from the previous event. And then you have all the data from the previous event imported. So it's easy and you can edit. But there is some problem here because the virtual booths made before 15th of December last year cannot be imported. That's an issue from the Graduateland, and they said they're working on it. So I don't know when they're gonna fix this issue, but we're hoping they fix it at the earliest. But we have a hack on how you can kind of overcome if you're not able to import your stall. So basically you can start from scratch and then you can open your previous event through the other Graduateland page and then manually copy paste things from that event to this new page. So that's one of the options we can give in case the import content option isn't working for you. So this is how you create your virtual booth. And this is how the first company representative can be registered. It's quite a hectic process, at least for the first company representative. But once the first company representative registered and created the virtual booth, it's subsequently easier to add the other company representatives. So to do that, so you see this is the main page in the stall. And then once you scroll through the main page, you kind of see this option called team. So in this team option, there's an edit button that I've marked here red. So you just click on that and it redirects you to this page. So here you can add name of your colleague whom you want to invite to the stall. If his name is visible, it's going to show down here. But if it is not, then it says there's no match and click here to invite them. So you basically click on this option. And once you click on this option, it redirects you to the smaller pop-up box where it says what is the first name, last name, email ID of the company representative you want to invite, and the job role. Pretty simple, straightforward. You can just give the email ID and then give invite to event, and they receive an email ID, something similar to this. So all they have to do is click on set new password, set up the new password, and then they're going to be added in your team again. So basically here it was just one person. So you carry out this process, and then you're gonna have the new person added here. So this is how you kind of add the person. Again, the person who's been added should go back to the event.armada.nu employees login page, login, and then he'll be directly entering the company booth that the first representative has been created. So I can run through these steps to you guys right now. I can just show a live demonstration of this, and then I can have a question session so that you can ask questions about how this adding company representatives can be done. So basically, you go to the new tab, you click event.armada.nu, and then you enter the page. And once you enter the page, I'm just going to show you again. Yeah. So once you enter the page, it's going to say login. So click on login, and then you're going to go to employer login. So this is the employees login page. Say you're the first company representative and you've not created the stall and you don't have a Graduateland account. Then you go to sign up, click on sign up, and then you choose which company you're from, say THS, and then you have all the companies list. So you can choose the company, name, last name, email ID, phone number, password, and then you go sign up. And then you get the email, just verify the email, come back to the employees login page, and then give your login credentials and just give login. So once you give login, it's going to show like this: upcoming events, 23rd and 24th of November, THS Armada 2021. So you click on register, and you come to the events main page. Here you get options. You get to know about THS Armada. You can see the different companies that are participating. You get link to our Facebook and Instagram page, and then you can register for the event. So click on register. So once you click on register, it says congrats, you've signed up for the event. And then you have two options. As I said before, start from scratch, import from past event. So click on import, and then you can kind of click on drop down and import from past events. It's going to show up if you have any past events. If not, you can start from scratch, click on continue, and the new stall is set up. So this is how the new stalls are set up. So say you want to add the subsequent company representatives. So the other 5 company representatives. So you just scroll down and there's an option called team. So click on edit, click on search colleague, click on the person you want to add. So say this person, say if you want to add him, if you find him, yeah, you can just click and then they have been added. And if you're not able to find someone, you just click on click here to invite them, add the first name, last name, email ID, click on invite to event. They receive an email again, and they can be added easily. So this is a basic procedure to log in and add, to create the virtual booth and add company representatives in the Graduateland platform. One more thing is, generally all the packages that you have, the companies have chosen, gets only 6 company representatives simultaneously. You can have multiple company representative registered, but if you only 6 can be active simultaneously, and the 6 active should be here. If you have more than 6 active, the company kind of the software kind of assigns randomly on who's going to be online. So what I would recommend is have just the 6 who's going to be active and delete the others. And if you want to change them, you can just delete the one existing and add person. So make sure that you have just 6 people here, so that only those 6 get access to the virtual booth. Yeah, so this is about registering and logging into the Career Fair Graduateland platform. So probably I'm going to now run through the different options in Graduateland. the chat functions, the video conversations, and so on. So let me just start doing that. Yeah. So again, you come back. So if you have to log in, so it's again event.armada.nu, and then you give your credentials, you log in. So once the booth has been created, you log in. It says manage stall. So click on manage stall, and then you're redirected to your virtual booth. So first thing first, so let me start with online talent. So online talent is basically online talent is basically to view how many candidates you have online presently during the fair. So here you can see how many candidates are online, and here this is for the complete Graduateland. So this is going to show you of how many students have viewed your jobs, how many have applied for your jobs, how many new followers, and how many have visited your employer profile. This is from a complete Graduateland perspective, but the candidate online is more or less just from the Teachers Armada perspective. Yeah. And sourcing tool. Personally, I think sourcing tool is one of the most important tool for the company representatives, because this is the tool you're going to use to kind of find the appropriate candidates for the job profiles or to interact with. The sourcing tool shows you all the different students who have signed up for the platform. So basically, there's a list of people who have signed up for the platform. And here you have an option called filters. So when you click on add and go to filters, there are multiple filters like language, nationality, university, and so on. So say you want people who are just graduated from 2022 and you just want the master students. So then you click on these multiple filters, and accordingly you have students being filtered here. So on the fair days, you can see the number of students who are online. That's going to show up here. And this is the list of students. So say you're interested in this student and you want to look up to his profile. So all you do is you just click on this, and then his complete profile pops up. So here you get the summary, education, all the details that the students has uploaded. So it's easier for you to look up to the student's profile. Say you see the profile and you're interested. So then you can go to the chat, click on chat, and then you can this redirects you to the chat window, and then you can have a chat with the student. I'm going to talk about more chat options and details in the next coming session, but yeah, so you can basically chat, and yes, this is the main advantage of the sourcing tool. And apart from this, there's an option called star. So say you add filters and you find some candidates really interesting, so then you can kind of star them. You can also add labels saying they're interested for part-time, interested for internships and things like that, and then assign labels to them so that it's easy for you to filter again here. Yeah. So this is about the sourcing tool mainly. I think this is a really helpful function because this helps you to filter students based on the skills, based on the different filters, and you can find the appropriate student you really want to talk with, and it simply redirects you to the chat function easily. So this is about the sourcing tool, and yeah, the next is the chat function right here after the sourcing tool. So chat function is basically when students want to have a chat with you. So let me start with this end of the session where it says charts, claim charts, unclaimed charts, and closed charts. Claim charts basically means you can kind of assign the charts to different company representatives. So once all the company representatives are logged into the account, here it says chat owner, and you can see different company representatives here. So basically, for this topic, you feel that say this Anna is more relevant to talk to. So you can kind of assign this to Anna, and then it pops up for Anna that this particular student has been assigned. So for Anna at my charts, you can kind of see whom you're responsible to talking for. So that's an advantage of the chat function here. So it's better, it's easier if you assign. So I would recommend you having one company representative to assign these chats so that it's easier for the others to look up to whom they are talking to, and it's easy for the students as well so that they're talking to the right person. So again, here there are different filters of so you can see which chats are closed, which chats are claimed, and which chats are unclaimed. And again, you can see which are spam and things like that. So again, here you can start the chats. If you think the candidate is unqualified, you can click on unqualified. If you think it's a spam chat, you can click on spam. You can as well add tags here saying interested for part-time, interest for internships, and accordingly filter it here. So if you want to look up to the student's profile, you can just click on this and click on the option here. And this is going to sum up the student's profile. You can look up to the different skills and work experience the student has. You also have the option of downloading the CV from the student's profile. So that's something of real use. So the students can only initiate a text conversation with you, and you can reply through text messages again. But if you feel there's a need to have an audio conversation or a video conversation, it's only companies that can initiate this. So you click on this button and then it redirects you to a Zoom call, and then you can have a Zoom meeting with them. So this is a really helpful tool if you really want to talk to the student directly, if you find the student more interesting. You can say you're done with the conversation and you no more want to have a conversation with the student. So you can kind of close the chat and it says chat closed, so that the other company representatives also know the chat is closed now. Here you can add note for your personal reference, and if you want to share any jobs that you have posted, you can click here and click, and then the job can be shared. So this is basically about how you kind of start the video or your conversation with students, how you can use the chat functions, you can filter and things like that. So yeah, let me just show. Go back to the event again. Yeah. So yes, so you can see all the different students coming up here. So if you just want to see the chats that has been assigned to you personally, so you go to my chats and you can have a look at them. So more or less, this is about the chat functions. Yeah, so there's one more thing. If the chat has been started before the event ends, then the company can have the talk with the students for a couple of weeks, even after the fair. So say the students start the chat on the 23rd and 24th of November, but the companies can talk to them even after a couple of days after the fair. But but the only constraint here is the student should be online on the platform to see the messages. So if you're really interested in a student and want to talk to him or her afterwards, I would recommend asking the email ID through the chat before the fair ends, and then you can have an email conversation with them, which I think is more efficient than this chat function after the fair ends. Yes. So yeah, so let me just give a break here and ask if you guys have any questions regarding the online talent, the sourcing tool, and the chat functions. So we are done with online talent and then charts. So the next option is the video conversations. So video conversations is something really interesting. So video conversations here is based on 2 days. It's the 23rd and the 24th. So you basically set up time slots based on days. So multiple recruiters can have multiple time slots. So it's easy. It's a very simple option. So you just click on which recruiter you want to select. So you say you click on this, and then you go to the particular recruiter's section, and then you click here at what time slot you want to set up, say 12:05 to 12:20, and then you give the time and then you add the time slot. So once you add the time slot, this time slot is reflected in the student's view. So the students gets to know that, okay, so and so company representative has a time slot in this time, and they have an option to kind of request to attend the time slot. I would say it's better, it's recommended to have a description about what topic is covered during the video conversation, so students are well aware of it and they can book appropriate time slots. You can also request motivation so that you know why the student wants to attend the video conversation, so that you have an idea of what's in their mind as well. So once the student kind of requests, you get a pop-up here saying so-and-so has requested. So say 10 to 10:20, Vedashubham has requested the time slot. And say multiple people can also request the time slot. So in order to look into which student you want to select, you have to look into the profile. So you can just click into this and then you can look into the whole profile of the student. So then you can gauge if you want to give him or her the time slot. So once you see if he or she is appropriate, you go to the settings and then you say approve user. So once you say approve user, email confirmation goes saying, okay, time slot has been approved to the student. If you think he's good but you want to change time, you can also change time, and this also sent via an email confirmation to a student. If you think the student is not worth the time slot, then you can reject the user as well, and then you can delete time slots as well. So once you approve the user and the time slot, and it's time to start the conversation, here in the call section it says call. So when you click here, it automatically redirects you to a Zoom link, and the student, this is also reflected for the student's view, and they also get connected to the Zoom link, and then you can start the conversation there. So it is an automatically created Zoom link. You don't have to set up anything for this particular thing. It is unlimited, so you can kind of have how many slots you want, and it's depend on your interest on how long or duration of the slots you want to have. So it's basically dependent on the company representative on how the time, the number of slots, and the duration of the slots. It is basically unlimited, so you can have how many you want. And I would recommend having these slots updated by the November 9th. So it's good both internally for the company so that you know what time slots you have set up, and it's good for the students so that they can plan having conversation with the company, with multiple companies. So it's more effective both ways. So try having these slots by the 9th of November. And yes, very simple option. You can just click on the company representative and then have time slots. But make sure you have it for both the days because it's 2 different days. So make sure you have particular time slots for 23rd and 24th and update both before the 9th of November. So this is regarding time slots. So this is about video conversations. So next we have something called breakout room sessions. So this is for companies that chose the breakout room option while registering for TSS Armada. So this was given as an option to choose from. Not all companies have chosen it, but some companies have chosen it. So this is specifically to companies that have chosen the breakout room options. So breakout room options is where you can have a long conversation with many number of students at the same time. So this is also based on 2 days. So this is 23rd and 24th. The biggest advantage of the breakout rooms is that you can have your preferred meeting, virtual meeting tool. It can be either Zoom, it can be Google Meets, it can be Microsoft Teams. It's very simple. You just have to create the link from your preferred tool, have the link for participant and host. Sometimes mostly it's the same, but sometimes it's different. So just set it up, have a session name, have a session description so that so that the students know what the session is about, have a start and an end time, and then you kind of set it up. So once you set up, this is again reflected in the student's view, and they can kind of send requests to join the meeting. Again, this is unlimited. You can add how many video breakout rooms you want, depending on how many company representative you have and who wants to host it. So this is a really good option if you want to have conversations with many students at the same time. And you can also use the preferred tool, because most of the companies prefer using Teams and not Zoom. So for them, this is a good option. But we also have an option of using the Graduateland Zoom account. So here, all you have to do is have a session name and session description, start and end time, and then publish this. And we would recommend you to set this up 2 days before, so that you get the Zoom link as well. And once the Zoom link is set up, again, this is reflected in the students' view, and then students can register for the breakout rooms. But for the Zoom link through Graduateland, it's up to 100 participants, the limit. But for the preferred tool, it depends on what your company has and what kind of tool you use. So that's dependent on that. I would recommend setting up this as well before the 9th of November, so the students and you are well informed at what time the breakout room is and how long it is, so that they can get prepared for it. So this is about breakout rooms. And again, set it up for 2 different days. And yes, make sure that you're done with this before the 9th as well. So any questions regarding breakout rooms? The companies that have chosen this option? Great. If not any, then I can move on to the important part here. So this is the stall settings. So we have done with online chats, video conversation, breakout rooms, and the final one is the chat stall settings. The stall settings is where you get the overview of all the things you've set up. So let me start with the first option. I would call this the starting functions. So the first one is the preview stall. So when you click on preview stall, this shows you the view of how a student is going to view your company booth. So this is the view the student is going to see. So basically, if you have video conversations, he can see the date and time. So this is how a student is going to view it. This is how student is going to view your text description, your job ads, the number of company representatives, the chat functions, and things like this. So this is how the company is going to view, students are going to view the company stall. So this is about the preview stalls option. And then this is about active chat. So this is just on and off. So this is on when you want to have an active chat, and this is off. And this is again reflected for students, saying the company representative is on right now for the chatting function. Yeah. And this is again on and off to have your booth online. So this shows that it's online and students can view your booth. And if this is off, students can't view your booth. It's a pretty simple setting. So company information. So this houses the basic company information. So it says the employer name, type, which country you're from, which country the company is from, what you're dealing with, and things like this. So basic company information. So these are the basic starting functions. And then we have the overview settings. So this is the overview section. And in the overview section, first we have the cover image. A cover image is basically the background image for your company, and this the recommended size and the maximum limit is here. You can just browse from here, and then you can add the image. Pretty simple. This is where you can upload the company's logo. Again, the information is here about how many pixels it should be and all of that. Here, this option is where you can add the company name or the exhibitor's name, not more than 40 characters. Here is where you can have the welcome image for the company and an attractive image so that students kind of get interested. So this is automatic setup based on how many members are in your team, how many video conversations are available, how many job ads you've put up. And this is to start a chat. So basically, when you click on this, click on the edit button here, you have different, you can set up different chat topics. So you can have different chat topics here about, and then save. So you can have different chat topics, and then a student views it like this, and then he can click on this, and then he can have a chat function, start a chat with the company representative. So, and again, as I showed you in the chat option, it's reflected here, meaning, yeah, the topic is reflected here, and then based on the topic, you can assign the chat to a company representative internally. So this topic is basically this here. So I would say have the overview as attractive as possible, because personally, I think this is what is going to attract the student most. Because last year I used to look into the stall as this is the first place that the students see if this is attractive, and that's when you kind of enter the stall and start looking into other offerings that's in the stall. So try to make this as attractive as possible. So moving on to the intro setup. So this is the introduction text. Basically, you can write about what the company is, what it deals with. Just click on this, and then, yeah, a short description, not more than 750 characters, a pretty short and concise description about the company. And here you can have an image or a video describing your company. Make sure the video is public on YouTube or Vimeo. Yeah, and the recommended size for the images here, it's either image or a video that you can have for the intro video. And then you have an option for the media reel. So there are 2 media reels here. So I would recommend have 1 media reel for the image and 1 media reel for the video, because you can either have an image or a video. But you can have multiple images if you're having images. So I can add new, and then I can add multiple images here. And also I can add multiple videos. So it's either video or image. So what I would recommend is have 1 of many images here and probably of many videos here. So a media is something, the easiest way to convey what your company deals with, what kind of company you are, what kind of culture you have in your company, because image conveys much more than a text, at least to students, because there are a lot of companies in the platform, and then not everybody has time to read through all this text. So media is something that would really attract students. So, and then whatever the video conversations you set up here, that is being reflected here. So you get to know which company representative has how many slots and what time is the slot and things like that. Again, the media reels with the breakout rooms. So whatever time slots and whatever set descriptions you have for breakout room session, that is shown here. And the next is called the description text, where here you can have a complete description about a company. It's about 10,000 characters. So have it like a question answer, so it's more effective. So all the questions regarding all the description regarding the companies can be updated here. And then the team option, as I showed before, you can add in the company representatives. You can invite them as well if no one's there, or if you have them, you can just click on them and add them in. So as simple as that. And then chat functions, yes. So whatever chat function is here, the same is reflected down below. Just click on edit, and then you can add different chat topics and give save, and then it's done. You can also have relevant documents if you feel that, okay, we have not given enough information here and we want to attach more documents. So go to upload documents, and you can select documents and upload documents here. And there's a limit, maximum of 5 MB per document, and you can add the document here so that you can give more information to students. So this is about the stall settings. Yeah, coming to the job ads. It's a very simple option. So you just click here, go to available jobs, and you click on add. And here you have an option to either post a new job ad or import job ads existing in the Graduateland platform. So when you click on post a new job ad, it asks you details about, is it a part-time, full-time, job categories, and things like this. So a couple of steps. I think there are 3 steps here: target audience and application. So 3 steps, and then you can, once you're done with the 3rd step, your job is being added. And then import jobs is, yeah, if there are other jobs, even jobs from other events, you can just click on this and then import, and then it's directly imported. In a standard package, we have just 4 job ads that can be put up. But if you want to add more job ads, you can have the unlimited job ads package. That is still, you can still buy them till before the fair, and then you can have multiple job ads. So you click on tick mark on whichever job ad you want to show up, and then you save, and then these job ads show up here. So this is about job ads. And to see about these job ads, you can just click on this option called job, and then you can see details on, yeah, how many have viewed your job ads. You can edit them here and things like that. You can preview them and details like that. Yeah. So this is basically about job ads. The limit, as I said, is 4 job ads. But if you want to add more, you can. You should choose our unlimited job ads package. And again, the team members, if you want, it's just 60 members. And if you want to have 60 members, you should just have the 6 and delete all the others. So only those 6 get access. If you want to add more company representatives, then we have an option for doing that. That's unlimited company representatives package that you can choose from. And both these packages can be choose till and before the fair starts. Yeah. So, but recommended to get all this sorted by 9th of November, so that's easy for you as well as us. So yeah, and then here you have the account settings where you can kind of put up a profile picture, name, and other details. And yes, all the basic settings are here, and the language setting is here. So apart from this, yes, this is the main information that I wanted to give about Graduateland. All the different options that I wanted to talk about. So feel free to contact us, my team. I am all my hosts have contacted you through mail. So contact them if you have any questions regarding Graduateland, or if you feel they're not answering, or if they are not good enough in answering the mails, then you can definitely contact me. My email ID is here. I'll put it up in the chat. So so that any information you can contact me.